Hey guys, we often talk about Larry Hall type containers. I believe Larry's credited with making these type of buckets so popular. Basically, it's a bucket, a 2.5 or 5 gallon bucket with a hole cut out of the lid. The idea behind it is the lid restricts the worms from crawling out in that they have to come along the underneath of the surface of the lid and then come around a thin 180-degree angle bend before they can access out the top. So quite often with your things like African night crawlers, this will contain them quite well. In my experience, it's not totally foolproof. I have had worms that were in a really bad situation in one of these buckets. It was basically mostly full of water with the bedding, and I hadn't had time to do anything for them, and I just threw a bit of dried cardboard in on the top to let them climb up if they were particularly worried, and they ended up all over the concrete, but that's another story. But anyway, so people basically cut a hole in them big enough to get your hand into, so that you can service the bin without actually getting the lid all the way off. You can add food, add moisture, test things. You can even remove a few worms, sort of thing, if you want to get some worms out for something else. But it's a nice, quite easy way in these buckets. There's no drainage holes in them at all, so you have to basically be able to monitor and be really controlling with your moisture content of what you're adding. So if you're adding a really moist content of food in there, and the bin was already on the moist side, you'd want to put a lot of dry bedding, shredded paper or cardboard or some dry grass or something underneath that wet food, so that it absorb it and not actually all the liquid run down to the bottom. So in my opinion, they're quite a good bin for people to use. They're just not of a size for me to want to breed worms in them, but I do enjoy playing around with different types of farms to see what they do. Thanks very much for watching the video.